All right, so this is like take three, but as I was saying previously, man, I wanted to come back on, talk to you guys. I haven't spoken with you guys in a couple of weeks. I had to take some time off for some personal things. Going back home, going on back home. Nothing too serious, but kind of serious. So, and I think that when you're getting on the internet, you shouldn't be um, in a bad place because I don't want to burden you guys with you know my mood or whatever. So I try to be uplifting and upbeat when I come onto the internet. But today I wanted to talk about something that's travel related, things about my process about living here. Man, gosh, doing business here is man. I'm on the terrace of the apartment, the roof of the apartment right now, which is actually turned into like the terrace off my bedroom. So just I was getting some work done here. Um, I know you guys may have been following. If you haven't been following, you can go back and take a look at some of the other videos. I had a new contractor. I was excited about him. He was French Canadian. He wasn't Haitian. He wasn't Dominican. I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna be about his business. Disappeared. It's been 2 weeks. I have his saw. He has like a nice, expensive saw that's in my apartment, just sitting there. He's got a piece that goes to the water fountain, so I can't even use my water fountain that I had him build. It's crazy, man. And I'm not trying to hunt this guy down, man. So I don't know what's going on. It just seems like it's always something with contractors out here doing business in the DR, man. It's the worst place I've. All right, so like I was saying, doing business here in the Dominican Republic has been the worst experience of doing business I've ever had in my life. And I've done some business, um, different countries. Um, had some, I previously had a consultation business. Well, I still do, but I'm kind of semi-retired from that, like a legit consultation business. Not, um, I'm gonna come, you know, it's a legit consultation business, and I come from the mental health world where I used to do therapy with children. Um, my expertise after that was helping veterans get their benefits from the Veterans Administration Department. I worked there for like 10 years, and then I branched off and did my own thing. So that's my background. Um, and I have a license. I was a licensed social worker, so I've helped people um, throughout the world. Personal problems, pointing them in the right direction. If they need help, they need clinical help, getting them hooked up with services, things like that. So doing business here, man, it is challenging because people will try you. And I think because there's no better business bureau that's going to come down and correct them if they're doing something wrong, there's no commission or anything like that. It's just pretty much like the wild, wild west out here. So doing business here is terrible, 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 terrible. Um, this apartment should not have taken this long to build, but it's ridiculous. I've been waiting on CPEM, which is the private company that's in charge of the electric in this area of the island, to come and initiate the electric here. It's been 2 months, nothing. I've been down there to the office 3 times. They say they're coming and they don't come. So I don't know if they're expecting like a bribe or something like that just to get somebody to come out and do the work. I don't know, man. So I got my friend Felipe. He's a lawyer. We're going to press him out hopefully sometime this week, so we can just get the electric turned on, so I can get an air conditioning unit installed and get a TV in there and a couch because the bed's already down there now, the table, kitchen table and everything. But I want to get it nice and I want to live in it. Make sure it's something that I would want to stay in. So that's the process that's going on now. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was um, what's going on in Colombia. A lot of people say, "Oh man, you live in DR. Why are you worried about what's going on in Colombia?" Well, I'm worried about what's going on in Colombia because I have friends that travel, and even though I'm not a, I don't travel as much anymore. I don't travel at all really, and I'm definitely not a passport bro. But I know some people that still travel and things like that, and I worry about them, man. And Colombia is getting ridiculous, and I know people will advocate and say, "Oh man, just the way you move." And how do you how do you move correctly when people are running up on you while you're out eating dinner at an outside restaurant and they pull guns on you and rob you and one guy got ultimately killed. Everybody is not from a place where robberies occur all the time. So everyone doesn't know not to move when you're getting robbed or just to give everything up. Some people's first instincts are to fight because it's either fight or flight. Some people will run, some people will fight. So it's just an instinct. You know, you might not even be thinking, "Oh, damn, I need to relax because I might get killed if I don't give it up." So instead of it's a lot of victim blaming, and that's what has kind of I ain't gonna say got me upset, but it's just something that's just like I think it's unnecessary because you're blaming people for having instincts to fight back. I know you're like, man, you should just give it up, but you don't know what you're gonna do in that situation. You might have startled the person, and you know it's just a lot of things that go on in Colombia. And Colombia was my first choice actually to move to out of the country. Um, I was in love with the penthouses in Medellin. They were man. There was one that was for sale. It was a great. It was in my price range, 2-story penthouse. Oh my god! I had the wrap around um, patio, outdoor patio, terrace. Oh my god, beautiful, sexy man. It was so sexy. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna throw a party in. I'm gonna be throwing parties in there. Man, it was some single man playboy. Oh my god, beautiful man. But the realtor, he just treated me like I was a chump or something, man. He didn't take me serious. I'm like, yo, I got cash. I'm not trying to. Um, I wasn't trying to get a mortgage. And I said, yo, I got cash. What's up? Wasn't trying to hear it. So I was like, all right, no problem. So and then Medellin wasn't by the beach. It's a I like the city, the temperature, everything is beautiful, but I got to be by water. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna take my talents to the Dominican Republic. It's closer. It's an island. It's nothing but beaches. So you know, and I felt the people in the Dominican are more friendlier towards melanated people. I think that in Colombia they tolerate us coming down there, and I think here it's more welcoming here. Obviously, because they put a green light on tourists and people in Colombia, and you know just look at the numbers. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. You know, so and I think I watch DC Born Rob. I watch Razor Rays, and they're always reporting on things that are going awry in Colombia, and it's just sad, man. I'm like, man, that is sad. People getting killed. I think what really what really started me on the campaign about how unbelievable it was I think his name was Timothy Reed. He was in Barranquilla, and he had purchased that apartment building, had a restaurant at the bottom. You could tell he was so excited. It was his dream, and he's standing in front of the building after he purchased it, and two people pulled up on a moto. One hopped off. One put one in his head, unalived him right there on the spot. I was like, oh my god. So, you know, that happened, and then all the recent stuff that's happened after that has led me to say, you know, I think I made a great decision by moving here. Um, but we'll get off that. But on a brighter note, we can talk about, um, Veterans Day just passed. I had the opportunity to go up to Puerto Plata. Um, Med Vets in Puerto Plata had a gala for veterans, all black. It was nice. Um, I enjoyed myself. You know, my man Dre was in town. He's a veteran, so him and I both we took a road trip from here up to Puerto Plata. Had a good time. I got some footage. I'm gonna be plugging a little bit of that into the video. But we had a great time. I took my dog. We just got an Airbnb. It rained a lot, so but it was cool. It was my man Dre. He wanted to get out of the country for a little while, get out of the states and come down here and kick it. So it was cool. We had a good time. We talked, like we always do, and we had a good time. Had a good time there. I used to, people tell you I used to always beat Puerto Plata up. I was like, man, I couldn't live up there. There's nothing up there. There's no mall. There's no movie theater. Um, I just didn't like it. And then people say, oh man, you want to live in America? Yeah, I do want American amenities. I am spoiled. You know what I mean? Because I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about when my mom comes down or when my daughter comes down. I'm thinking about, because I can't entertain you 24/7. I'm just, what I mean? So I want them to be able to find things and do things on their own. I think that, for most women, and they like malls. They like going to the movies. They like, infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? So, but I always tell people, the thing that you cannot take away, and me and Rico go back and forth about this. All my man Rico, we go back and forth about this all the time. Is that they have their own community of expats up there that are like most of them are veterans. Um, I probably say 90%, 80%, but it's a community. So you have support, whether that's a good thing or bad thing, but you have support of, you got a lot of friends. I'm the type of person I don't really need a lot of friends. You know what I mean? I come from a very large family. I was in the military. I went to college. I have friends from college and military, my family. I don't really need a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. But up there, they have that community. But sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I knew to be resourceful. Because, like, up there, they may know somebody that does a good job at doing this. They may know somebody that does that. And they can share resources. And the health clinics up there are excellent. We now have a couple here in Punta Cana. I have yet to go to any of them, but there's some clinics here for veterans now. So, you know, but I do like that about Puerto Plata. But what I don't like about Puerto Plata is the infrastructure. You know, it's just, I mean, flights out of there are ridiculously high. I know people that drive an hour and a half just to go so they can fly out of Santiago because the flights are so high coming into Puerto Plata. Um, that's kind of ridiculous. Here it's just I don't I liked here. I picked here. I liked here, and I purchased a home. So I'm always looking at the ROI, my return on my investment, right? So um, I will have no problem selling my house here in Punta Cana um, versus Puerto Plata. I think Puerto Plata, um, and that's changing because the prices up there are the prices are ridiculous here on the island anyway. Now prices are going up on purchasing homes, but up there it's even more higher. And I keep saying, I'm like, why are they charging so much up there? And it's it's crazy to me. I'm like, the money that are asking for homes up there, you can buy a home here that's even better, closer to a better beaches, plural. And I just think they're just taking advantage of people coming there, expats coming there, and they try to take advantage of them. But we took the route that we took going up there was we didn't go through Santiago through the middle of the island. We kind of went up through Nagua and took that coast on up the back way through Puerto Plata, and it's a beautiful, beautiful drive. I'm gonna post some of the pictures again, but it was raining. But because that ride through the center, people are driving nuts. I mean, the tractor trailers, the meal vans, the box trucks, the van. I mean, they call them the guaguas, the Caribe tour bus drivers. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. But we drove through. We took the coast up, and we had a great time. Uh, so let me see. What else did I want to touch on? Um, just what my expectations and what my projects are for 2024, 2023. I sat down with my cousin, Dr. Demby, um, and we always in the beginning of the year we'll set goals. And my goal last year was to buy an apartment, or which turned into me building an apartment on my property instead of going out and buying a property. So my goals for 2024 are to look for an apartment in Santo Domingo. I like Santo Domingo. Um, a lot of people don't, but it's the capital. I like it because um, it's things that I want to do in Santo Domingo. Like for 2024, my job is to get more efficient. My goal, not my job. I said the J word. But my goal is to get more proficient in the language. And once I become more proficient in the language, I'm going to enroll in school here, whether it's law school or I think I narrowed it down to law or psychology, and it's probably going to be psychology to get my PhD in psychology because I come from that background. Law is just something that always fascinated me, so I wanted to learn more about the law here. But the first key is to get more proficient in the language. So I think 2024, by the end of 2024, I want to be able to say that I'm enrolling into a university or somewhere, and I don't want to do an online class. I want to be able to go sit in the classroom, meet for a couple of weeks. So it's probably going to be me looking for an apartment in the city, somewhere safe, somewhere near public transportation that I can just get on the bus and go to class, or get on the subway, use the subway system and go to class. So it's going to be that's my goal for 2024. Look for property in the capital, get more proficient in the language, and then enroll into a university, into a doctorate program, or to a law program. So those are my goals for 2024. Um, we knocked out the goal for 2023. Should have been done, but I think we're here now. So, but that's kind of where I want to go, the direction that I want to go in. So, also, I'm going to be dropping my Cash App. Yeah, I say that because I know you guys want to see more of the island and more things from the channel. But the cash, I'm totally will be transparent. You will actually see me using the money to travel more around the island and get you. And you guys, we can do something where you guys can say, "Hey, I want you to go here. I want you to go there," and then we'll just start a fund. And I'll go to these places. Look, there's a lot of places on the island amazing that I want to show you guys, but time and money restraints are gonna stop me from being able to do that. But I'm still gonna give you guys what um, I see and what I go through. This apartment and waiting for the electric company for the last 2 months has kept me grounded here where I couldn't even really move around. I thought it was going to be my dog that wasn't going to allow me to really travel like that, but that's not a hindrance because she rolls with me. Now I have somebody that'll watch her. They charge me like $20 a day, which is cool if I'm going for like 3 days, 4 days, no problem. But it's not my dog. Like it's me waiting on the electric company or me waiting on a contractor, and that's about to be done. Like the apartment is basically done. We're just furnishing now and waiting for the electric company. And So now I can move about the island a little bit more. But like I said, I want to thank you to everybody that's viewing and watching and supporting. I appreciate it, and I hope to do more videos in the future, more regularly. But like I said, I was kind of in a bad place for the last couple of weeks, so I'm coming out of it. And thank you guys for sticking by me. So peace. I'm gonna see y'all on the flip side.